It's something funny. Stay down, freak!
What is up, all moviegoers? TCT here again, and I am back with my most anticipated film of 2019. We are going to see Joaquin Phoenix's take on the Joker. And yes, I said Joaquin Phoenix because I am super proud that they casted this man to play the Joker, because when I was a kid, I went to see Walk the Line. I am a huge fan of Johnny Cash, and when I seen him in that role, I was like, okay, I can definitely buy him as the Clown Prince of Crime. I can buy him as a Joker if they want to do this type of movie. So, with that being said, shout out to Regal for giving me a free ticket to see this thing. I have been wanting to see this thing. I've been looking up clips, any kind of things I can get my hands on for the last year and a half of him with cell phone videos, coming off the train, them on set. I love the Joker. I'm super glad that they made this movie. We need more villain movies, guys. Venom was good last year. I love Tom Hardy in that role. I mean, it wasn't the best movie ever, but I had a good time watching it. This movie, I think, is really going to deliver. It reminds me of the 60s Batman, the Clown Prince of Crime, Joker. That's kind of the style he's going for, it looks like. All it takes is a little push to turn me into a mobster. I used to love lines like that. I used to love that kind of stuff. Adam West's Batman Joker, that was one of my favorite Jokers, you know. But I'm really going to see whether he compares to Nicholson or Ledger. I see he's got the same, all the styles of every Joker in this movie. From what I saw in the trailer, he's got some of Ledger, you know, with the outfit, and then he's got some of Nicholson with the lunacy, and then definitely some of the 60s Joker from the Adam West Batman, in which I can really appreciate that because I grew up watching that, you know, with my uncle. So let's go in here and find out if Joker is really outstanding or it's really bad. It's either going to be one or the other. I know it's kind of maniacal. It's kind of loony. That's what people were saying coming out of the theater. But I'm going to find out for myself. I've been waiting on this movie for a year and a half. Let's see if they deliver. I'm super glad there's no Batman in this movie. Now, I know Bruce Wayne and Thomas Wayne are in this movie. I mean, they've definitely got to be in this movie, but I'm glad that it's just about him, that this is his movie. This is Joaquin's chance to shine. So let's go in here and find out if Joaquin Phoenix can deliver a Joker that's really good.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
That's exactly how I feel coming out of this thing. Good God Almighty. That movie was wild. That movie was wild. Let me say this right off the bat. If Joaquin Phoenix does not win the award for Best Actor of the Year, we need to boycott the Oscars. I have not seen a movie like this year. I've not seen anything remotely close to the performance he just put into this movie. All the controversy surrounding this film on CNN about that it's a loon film, that it's psychotic, it's crazy, it's all 100% true. I'm going to tell you that now. This movie was amazing. It's one of the best movies DC has ever done. Probably it rivals The Dark Knight. It's incredible. I mean, I can't stress that enough. It's incredible. He's a loon. He's a loon. It opens up with stuff you see in the trailer. Definitely, but I'm going to tell you what, the best part of the movie is the third act. If you get through the first act, it's all an origin stories. There's not much action in it, and it doesn't need to be, but it has you engaged. It has you engaged through the whole thing. The first and second act lead up to the third act. It's almost a perfect script for the Joker. The third act is what you go for. The third act is, oh my God. You know, he is incredible, guys. I can't stress that enough. Joaquin Phoenix, bravo. Bravo. I didn't think anybody could rival Heath Ledger. You did. You did. There are some DC characters in this movie. Thomas Wayne, as you know. You know, the little boy you see in the trailer, that's definitely Bruce Wayne. They show Alfred. You know, they show the whole Wayne family, definitely. he's crazy. I mean, he's legit crazy in this movie. Joaquin Phoenix, I don't know where he went to do this. Like, this is almost an impossible feat, but he literally was crazy in this movie. He started off kind, gentle, sweet. His laugh is perfect. It's the perfect Joker laugh. He used a lot of Jokers from, like, everybody that's played the Joker, he used a lot of Heath Ledger. He used Jack Nicholson. He used the 60s Joker. I keep forgetting the actor's name, but the one that played Adam West, he dressed like that's literally what he dresses like at the end of the movie, is that 60s Joker. But what amazed me is there's a part in the third act of the film. Now, if you don't want to know anything, this is a spoiler, but I've got to talk about this part where he's sitting down on the talk show with Robert De Niro and he starts talking like Mark Hamill. Like, well, let me tell you something, Murray. All this stuff just drives me crazy. He starts talking like that. I'm like, Jesus. Like, where does this come from out of Joaquin Phoenix, man? Guys, I'm going to tell you this. If you take your kids to see it, that's going to be a bad move. This movie is highly rated R. It's brutal. It's really brutal. I wouldn't take your kids to see it. I really wouldn't. Especially if they're under, I would say they need to be under 14 for them. They need to be over 14 for you to go see this movie, definitely, at least. That way you're not as scarred from it. This movie is crazy, though. I'm going to tell you, if you take your child to see this and they come out and they're like, oh my God, I want to play with guns. Like, the gun thing in here is huge. Like the shooting of people and the shooting with guns, like the gun problem is massive. And I mean extremely massive. So let me tell you this, man. I give this movie an A+. An A+. Do you know why I give this movie an A+? I didn't find anything wrong with it. Not one thing. Not one thing. If anybody finds anything wrong with this, let me know in the comments below, because I want to go back and look at it. The music in it was perfect. Joaquin Phoenix was perfect. The side characters were perfect. Everybody beating on him, bashing on him, it was perfect. The transformation from a man with a little push. All it takes is one bad day, guys. Turn a man into a criminal, into a Joker. The end is amazing. I'm going to let you know that. The end is amazing. But stay tuned. That's all I got for you right now. I don't like really diving into things like that. I might in the comments, but this is a movie that I won't get into very deeply. You have to go see it. You have to witness this, because I don't want to spoil you on this movie. This movie is incredible. It's really incredible, and I don't want to spoil anybody. There's some things I really do want to talk about, especially the fact that people keep asking me, you think he's going to kill in this movie? Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. He kills people in this movie. He kills a lot of people in this movie. Okay? And he does it with a smile on his face. Like, he does it like it's nothing. And that's why CNN, the cops, like all of them are on high alert this weekend, because this movie endorses violence. It endorses a lot of violence in politics. This movie is all about politics as well. And it's an extremely dangerous film that's going to affect people around here. It's going to affect people in the United States and the world when they watch it. It's definitely going to make people a little bit crazier. But it was a masterpiece. It was an incredible masterpiece. It's going to be world-changing, I think. Like, people are going to look at this and be like, all right, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing to society? What are we doing with people? What are we doing to get rid of this violence? Because this movie shows you how bad it can get if the wrong people run the country. If the wrong people run the city. If the wrong people run the town, the neighborhood. It can get bad. It can incite riots. And that's exactly what we saw in this movie. But like I said, I give this movie an A+. I didn't find many things wrong with it. And what I did find wrong with it, I can't even think of right now, because it was that incredible. I'm not joking. Usually I won't say where this movie rates on my superhero list. I don't consider this a superhero movie, but I do consider this a DC film. This film and The Dark Knight rival each other. I don't know if I would put it past The Dark Knight. I don't know if I say The Dark Knight's better than this or this is better than The Dark Knight. I don't really know because I love both movies almost equally now. Now, it's got to be really special to pass The Dark Knight. This one is. This one is the exception. I can say that if someone says, I like Joker better than The Dark Knight, I'm not going to argue with you. Or I would say I like Dark Knight better than the Joker. I'm not going to argue with you. These two movies are almost identical to their greatness. So, like I said, A+, you've got to go see this. Put a smile on your face, guys, because the Joker wants you to.